Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin with the first chapter of geography, the Earth in the solar system. So, previous classes you have studied about the Earth and the solar system. What is the role of Earth in the solar system? Today also we are going to study little more explanation in this chapter. How the Earth in the, what is the role of the Earth in the solar system, whether the Earth is a planet or a star, the Sun is a planet or star, what is the difference, that also we will study that. Okay, so how the Earth, what is a planet, what is a star, etc., some celestial bodies, all this we are going to discuss in this chapter. So first of all we will see, when you sit at outside home in the evening time, just observe the night sky. Okay, observe the night sky, you will see many millions of objects twinkling in the sky. Just after sunset, in the evening, after sunset, just after sunset, if you watch the sky, you can find one or two objects twinkling in the sky. After some time, when the it becomes night, you can find more and more number of shining objects in the sky. The number increasing largely. It becomes, when it is fully dark, we can find millions of objects shining or twinkling in the sky. Okay, large number of the objects can be seen. It looks like the sky is studded with diamonds. Okay, some of them we can find uncountable. We cannot count the number of stars or objects which are shining or twinkling in the sky. They are sometimes very bright. We can find more color, more bright colors, and some are very dim also. Sometimes may not find, they are not may not be looking like a twinkling. Okay, some are remain constantly without twinkling also. Okay, so we can find along these objects sometimes moon also. Okay, but not every day. Moon can be seen in some different positions. Every day it may not be found in the same position. Moon may be in the different positions and different shapes also. Once in a month we can find the full moon. Full moon we can see once in a month. That night we call as full moon night or Purnima. Purnima or full moon night is when the moon is found fully. After a fortnight, which means later 14 days after, fortnight means 14 nights after, also we can find a no moon. Okay, after 14 days, that means 14 days later, which means 2 weeks after, we can find no moon. This night is known as a new moon night or Amavasya. See the difference, when the moon is fully seen, fully visible, that is called a full moon or a Purnima, full moon night or Purnima. After 14 days or a fortnight, we can find Amavasya, there is no moon, it becomes fully dark. Moon also can be seen when there is no cloudy sky. If the sky is cloudy, we cannot find any objects shining in the sky. Completely it will be dark. Okay, so here why we can't see the moon in all the days when other shining objects are there? Okay, because sometimes when the moon cannot be visible because of very bright light of the sun, in the daytime also we cannot find. We cannot find all these objects in the daytime. Okay, only why it is found in the night time. Daytime it cannot be seen because the sun is shining very brightly. Because of its bright light of the sun, it does not allow the other objects to be visible in the sky. Okay, so the sun, the moon and other objects, many we have studied, many objects are shining like a diamond in the sky. These all objects which can be seen in the sky are called the celestial bodies. From the earth, when we look at the sky, we can find the sun, the moon and many shining objects. All these objects together we call as celestial bodies. Some of the celestial bodies are very big and hot also. Our earth is not so hot. We know that earth is a planet. Okay, but some of the celestial bodies which can be found in the sky are very hot and they are also bright. We can find they are emitting light. They have their own light and heat also. They are made up of gases. These shining and bright objects are very hot objects. They are made of gases. They have their own heat and light also. They are always continuously emitting the heat and light in large amounts. We know that we are getting light and the heat from the sun only. Earth does not have its own heat and light. Okay, so we are only receiving, Earth is receiving the heat and light from the sun. So these bodies, these celestial bodies which has the capacity to produce light and heat and emitting all over the space, that is called a star. Okay, the stars are such kind of objects or the celestial bodies which can emit heat and light. Sun is such a kind of star which we can find from the Earth. We are getting the light and heat from the sun only. So such kind of countless, now number we cannot count at all, countless twinkling stars in the night sky are also similar to the sun, same like the sun. We can all these stars also shining stars also like sun only, but we don't feel their heat and light. The stars only we can find it twinkling, but we do not feel the light and heat of the sun because they are very much far away from Earth. We can only we receive the heat and light from the sun, and other stars we cannot find its heat and light because it is very far away. Okay, so here we have noticed that there are objects look smaller but from the very far distances. Why it is looking like very small objects? Stars which are shining are very smaller because it is very far away, many millions of kilometers away from us, so that it looks very smaller. Now while watching the night sky, sometimes you can find various patterns. It looks like the shape of any animal or fish or any other object in the sky. We can find many particular shape of stars are in a particular pattern or shapes. So this type of various patterns are called constellations. What is a constellation? Constellations are the objects which are found in the sky, a group of stars in a particular pattern, in any particular shape that looks like a lion or tiger or any bear, any animal shape, any fish or such kind of shape we can find. So here there are some names for these particular patterns or the constellations. Mainly we can find one Ursa Major or the big bear. Ursa Major or the big bear, which looks like a bear. Bear, you know, it's an animal, wild animal, looks like a big bear. Ursa Major we call. Okay, so here in the night sky we can find the shape of the bear. Some stars are in the shape of a bear, okay, in a which is called a constellation. So we can find some particular patterns in the sky also, okay, that we call as the constellation. Remember, here one of the most easily recognizable constellation in the sky is called the Saptarishi. Saptarishi means, Sapta means 7 and Rishi the sages, okay, and Saptarishi or the 7 sages, it looks like the 7 stars we can find in a particular constellation. So here you can also find ancient times how people used to find out the direction at night. In the daytime we can find the direction while looking at the sun, the movement of the sun. We can find out which direction, north or south or east or west, according to the movement of the sun. But at night, how do we find out the direction? There is no sun. Easy it is in the daytime. It is easy for looking at the sun. We can find the direction. But at night, ancient people also used to find out the direction looking at the sky. Okay, how they found out there is a star which we often call North Star, pointing out we can find they always the North Star we can find in the north direction. That is also called a pole star. North Star is also called a pole star. It always remain in the same position in the sky. Whenever we are looking, we can find in the north star, north direction, the pole star can be visible. So how can we locate the pole star? Many are there, many stars can be found in the sky. From that, how can we identify the pole star or north star? We can find easily, because whenever there are such constellations, we can find the constellation we already studied, and there are the tail end or the end points of the pole star, end points of these constellations. If you look at the sky, 2 points or more than 2 points, end points of these constellations, through that straightly if you look at, you can find the extreme end one one star shining, that is called the pole star. Especially you can find the Saptarishi, 7 stars. Last 2 stars we can concentrate. Look at these 2 stars. From the last 2 stars straightly, if we look at the sky, we can find at the end point there is a pole star or the north star can be seen. Some celestial bodies also do not have their own heat and light. They are called, we have already studied that some bodies they are producing heat and light are called stars. Okay, sun is a star which can produce heat and light. Some of the celestial bodies or the objects in the sky do not have their own heat and light. They only receive heat and light from the stars. So this type of bodies are called planets, which do not have their own light and heat. The word planet, which comes from the Greek word planetai, which means a wanderer, which means a roaming. We know that planets are roaming around or moving around. So here planet is a word, comes from the Greek word planetai, which means a wanderer. So earth on which we live is a planet. We have already studied earth does not have its own heat and light, only it receives the heat and light from the star. Okay, so it gets all its light and heat from the sun, that is the nearest star to earth. That's why we can find, we feel the heat of the and light of the sun, heat and light of the sun. So sometimes the moon also we can find in the sky, which is also a satellite. Moon moves around the sun. Okay, sorry, moon moves around the earth. Moon moves around the earth. We can find this is the companion of the earth. Okay, along with the earth in the sky, we can find the moon also. Okay, when we are watching the earth from the outer space, we can find the moon moves around the sun. This is a satellite. Okay, here also there are other planets like earth. We have already studied the earth is a planet. There are many other planets also moving around the earth. Okay, so these all planets receive heat and light from the sun only. Okay, some of them have their own moons also. Moons means the satellites or moons. Other planets also have. Some other planets we have studied, the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. They have rings also. We can find round objects around the planets also, like Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus. What are these rings? We can find from far distances. When we observe these stars, planets, we can find something moving around like a ring. These are the debris or the dust, small dust of debris also moving around the planets. Okay, in the coming class, next class, we will study more about the solar system.